Reserve time. Time now for the Dire team to choose.
And
nothing special. Gonna eat.
nothing special.
Patience while the Reagan's team chooses.
I see a Rasta pasta.
Even my mic is falling off my head here. We are in disarray here at the BTS secondary studio. So Nature's Prophet, Visage, Sword Spirit, and Rasta picked up for Power Rangers.
Templar Assassin.
And Cleve with Ancient Apparition, Bat Rider, Life Stealer, and the Templar Assassin.
Oh, the player to watch here is Lolico. Lolico was the Storm Spirit that...
Is that how you say it? Is it Lolico?
I don't know.
Or is it just Lolik?
I'm
just saying Lolik, but...
I'm gonna call him Lolico. Lolico 1. Lolicol.
Okay. I'm not sure. Oh, and they actually have a stand-in as well. Who is not with them today? They've got Yamaha Roger Stress. Voxa standing in for Stress today.
But he was a Storm Spirit that just balled out of control. I think he even gave up a death early. And then he still came back to crush. Oh yeah, he was versus Ember Spirit. So, I think that...
Oh, yeah.
TA has an upper edge on Storm Spirit firstly, and I think that TA might run away with this game. I mean, but Power Rangers is nothing to scoff at, especially Scandal being in their mid player. But last time we casted a little bit of Power Rangers, they just completely failed in the early game and the mid game. It was a Scandal Invoker mid on Dire side, and they just like didn't do anything, and they just got whooped.
Yeah.
I don't remember who it was against, but they got whooped.
Yeah.
They got spanked. They got manhandled.
I don't remember either, but I remember watching that game, and it was a complete and utter disaster. Important to note as well, Scandal is standing in once again for ZXC, so we don't have inside information, but it's been a very consistent stand, and I think Scandal has been on Power Rangers every we casted so far instead of ZXC. So
I believe so. I did not like ZXC as the mid player. I remember watching his puck, I think, and I was just like, what? What is going on with his puck? And he was just making questionable decisions.
Yeah, he really was.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I mean, Scandal is definitely a strong player, and I imagine that will be a Scandal Storm Spirit this game, and this last pick will be pretty telling. So a position 1 Slark with a Visage Shadow Shaman support, and looks like an off-lane Nature's Prophet. As always, it could be a safe lane solo with an aggro try. A little bit hard to tell until we see this final.
I don't think they can aggro try. Nah, not versus a Life Stealer. Maybe.
I think they could.
They could. It depends on what Cleve's last pick is.
Yeah,
for sure.
It really
if it's a jungler.
Seen how strong AA is in try lanes, especially defensive tries with that chilling touch. So see what they want to grab here to go with their Life Stealer. Obviously, Templar Assassin mid, off-lane Bat Rider, and I imagine Cleve will do a defensive try coming out. They have plenty of bonus time. They cruise through this draft, and now they've got about 2 minutes to decide, so it could be just a moment here.
It's really hard to offensive try with their lineup, though, against a Nature's Prophet. And I don't think they can do it.
Yeah.
Lions, pretty good here. I think the Shaman might have been like a somewhat of a deny pick because they didn't want to give it a hard disable versus Storm. But at the same time, there's Lion in the pool. They're like almost equally the same at effectively dealing with the Storm Spirit. Actually, Lion is much stronger, I'd say.
I think so as well. The difference in Hex 1.25 at level 1, and the Lion Hex is 2.5 at level 1. So there is some...
And the finger. The finger's the big deal.
Yeah, the big burst as well. So there is a... Oops. That video. So I do like this choice here. They had a pretty lackluster line in terms of lockdown to deal with. At least line will help. They've got Lasso as well, but this could be another game where we saw Storm kind of ball out of control. It will not be Scandal playing on the Storm though, which is a little bit interesting. It appears to be position 1 Storm played by Moon, and that means that it will be Scandal on Slark going solo.
Slark actually does really well versus TM mid. The Dark Pack doing 10 instances of damage just destroys.
Cuts through refraction.
Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense. I don't know that I've actually seen that matchup. We see TA so infrequently these days.
I've seen it a fair amount.
Yeah, well, look at you, Mr. Man.
I'm eating. I don't even need to watch this matchup.
I know what's going to happen. Refraction's going to get cut through. GG.
Well,
go next.
I think also the Dark Pack takes off the Mel debuff. So That's also something to consider.
Yeah.
And it takes off traps, etc. But and he steals the stats because TA is not that large of a range.
Yeah, that's another good point. Probably need to level up the
PR, anyways, heavy favorites in this matchup, 75-25 in favor of our Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Steady now.
That sounds about on
30
point.
seconds
I don't think
until
Cleve
we
is
are
that
tested
bad.
by
Look,
combat.
Cleve isn't that bad, but Power Rangers have been impressive most of the time. They always have consistency issues. I always go back to that with Power Rangers, but when they're on, they're on. And they've built a pretty good little fan base over the past few seasons of StarLadder. They've impressed some people, and they've made some big plays. So I'm not surprised to see the bets skewed in that favor. Compared to a lesser-known team like Cleve. Not that Power Rangers are that high profile, but in the context of StarLadder, PR have been
Here they
around for a
come.
while at least.
Let's go.
How many seasons have they been playing? It's been quite a few.
It's been a lot.
It's been in at least the past 3, and probably more when I was not involved in StarLadder. Let's go ahead and introduce these rosters, though. On the Radiant side, we've got Team Cleve. In the bottom lane, it will be Roger playing on the Ancient Apparition. Yamaha will be on the Position 1 Lifestealer. That means their stand-in, Voxa, will be on the Lion, who did pick up the Haste Rune that spawned in the bottom position. He will rotate towards the mid. Lolik is playing on the Templar Assassin.
Denied.
Will there be a kill attempt here? No, Lion just harassing back and forth with that Haste Rune. And in the off lane, it is Zako, as we've been calling him, on the Bat Rider, who will just go ahead and rotate into the jungle straight away. Now, on the Dire side, I'll take point on this Merlini. Don't worry yourself. We've got Cheshire Cat in the off lane playing on the Nature's Prophet with that fungal headpiece. And he will get harassed back a little bit by the Ancient Apparition, but nothing too crazy there. Scandal, the technical stand-in for ZXC, will be on Slark in the mid and hops right on the Templar Assassin, does a fair bit of damage and zones her out pretty darn well. FNG playing on the Visage, who is stationed in the mid lane right now. Then up top, there are still 2 heroes. J4 playing on the Shadow Shaman, Rasta Pasta, and Moon playing on the Position 1 free farming Storm Spirit in the top lane. Lolik is having some trouble here, though.
When I saw Cleve last time, they were all based on all Lolik based, Lolik call, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah.
And I think that PR has the right idea here. All you need to do is shut down Lolik, and you'll probably have an easy win. Looks like, I mean, Bat Rider's not even contesting the off lane. It's a Storm Rasta lane.
Yeah.
Like, are you really scared of that? Like, what? I've seen Bat Riders face off against much more difficult tri lanes, so he's not even going for that, and he's just gonna give Storm the time of his life. It's not that bad of a matchup, and it's not that great of a matchup either, but I mean, he's level 1 at this point. He will have a triple stack at the early, but I mean, Lolik's just getting completely kind of screwed in mid, although he does have higher CS than Scandal. I'm not exactly sure how that happened.
Yeah, Scandal, although he's been zoning out TA very well, he's been whiffing these last hits, and now the creeps will shove into the tower, and that'll make his life a little bit more difficult as well. TA, with only 1 full tango left, does get caught inside of a leashed pounce, pardon me. Scandal really just needs to focus on CS at this point. All of this zoning is kind of a moot point if they're even in CS, which they are right now. The big disparity is Storm,
Radiant's top
though
tower is under
Yamaha is
attack.
in basically free farm mode as well. The Power Rangers offlaner, Cheshire Cat, not doing much in the way of denying farm, not that we would expect him to. He has picked up a couple of last hits, and he is already well into level 3. That is good news for PR. Bat Rider. Oh, those stinky mud golems.
Yep.
Clogging up the place here in the Radiant jungle.
I wonder when he's going to do his stack. I guess he wants level 2 first before he does it, and he needs to stack one more time. Looks like he's going to be doing that right now. Poor Bat Rider.
All eyes on you right now, Bat Rider. Yeah, it is a little bit interesting that he abandoned that lane still early, though. There will be a rotation now, and actually it's Lion who will go into the off lane. That's a little bit more scary. Bat Rider, of course, has Firefly, some other escape tools. Right, that's his escape tool to like not get killed.
Yeah, I think it should have switched. I think it should be Lion stacking for the Bat Rider, and then Bat Rider getting a fast level 6, level 7, getting his blink, and then working from there. But yep, he is finally level 2, so Bat Rider will finally take out the stack. Looking at golden XP, definitely in favor of PR, at least experience wise, but this may very well change.
Yeah, this
post stackage.
Yeah, this stack will certainly make a difference, but very risky play from Bat Rider. And we'll see if this pays off and how much gold he jumps up to. Easy time in the jungle. Yeah. There will be a rotation from Power Rangers towards the mid, though. J4 and FNG are smoked up. And on the high ground near the Radiant Ancients, though, unfortunately for them, TA will move down bottom to look for the rune just as they come inbound. Cheshire Cat willing to contest this rune, and it spawns in the bottom position. Nature's Prophet picks it up, denies it from Lolik. Very nicely done, and of course he does survive.
That's when you just spam right clicks. We see a smoke rotation. Looks like Lion's in a lot of trouble if he stays around, but looks like he will not.
He will back up, makes the right call. Good game sense.
Maybe not.
But too quick to say good game sense.
No, good game sense.
Yep, hanging around in the trees, recognizing the supports are missing off the map. So, and Bad Rider, I mean, a little bit of recovery after moving into the jungle.
He can still die at this point, though.
Yeah, 1,300 gold, just about to hit level 5. Still a huge experience edge going the way of Power Rangers right now. Nature's Prophet, just moving into the Radiant jungle, actually. He's out of regen, out of mana, so just hanging around, trying to farm what he can. Still farming away. Him and Storm, blow for blow, both tied at 38 last hits as our leaders. And Slark
38.
Slark doing well in the mid lane now. He's actually taken over TA by just a little bit, 24 to 18. Nothing too crazy, but at least he's recovered from that slow start in terms of CS.
Visage picks up another smoke on the chicken, probably trying to aim for a first blood around the timing of Storm Spirit's level 6.
Yes, indeed. Another slow game in terms of early kills. 5.5 minutes, no sign of first blood. Everybody pretty comfortable just sitting back and farming.
There you go, another smoke. Can they actually kill Lolic? Do they have reveal on them? See, no reveal on the Visage. What about the Rastapasa? No reveal either. Their smoke will actually get popped by Vox, so really smart positioning by this Lion.
Yeah, hard to say if it was intentional or a stroke of luck, but it will be successful. The smoke's still active on FNG, but Voxa just backs up straight away. FNG will throw down a sentry ward between the tier, or a sentry, an observer, between the tier 1 and tier 2 in the top lane, so Lion's life will be that much more difficult now as we see a rotation coming over. Lion actually puts him down in the same position, so scratch that. His life will stay just about the same. Yep, but look at this. Storm pressuring this top tier 1 very hard.
The good
Will
news
most
is
likely
that
be the
Radiant's
first tower to
structures
fall.
will be
He does
much
force out the
harder to
Radiant
damage
Glyph. Another creep wave comes in, but he is now level
Radiant's
7,
top tower
continuing
is
to
being
rack up the
attacked.
last hits. Rotation from Rasta and Visage. Tower is destined to fall in the coming moments. Rasta is only level 2. So, quite a ways off having those Mass Serpent wards.
There's a TP actually from the Bat Rider. They can actually try and contest this. Yes, they definitely will be.
Yep, no lasso up quite yet. Tower in deny range. They will get zoned down. Support comes in from Roger as well. First tower is denied. Well done by Cleve. Although now they're not out of the clear yet. There will be a rotation from Slark coming over. Roger. Nope, he will back up. Everyone will stay safe. Still no first blood.
Over under on first blood.
I'm gonna go with 9 minutes. I think
9 minutes?
I think it's coming soon. I think these teams are getting frisky. They're getting anxious.
That's pretty good.
They want
I'll take the
blood.
under on that.
Yeah. All right. Gonna be sooner, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We'll see. At 90 seconds to go, Scandal's farming. I think it's mostly because of this storm. Like, he's gonna be level 8 soon. He's got his treads up. He's at that point where he can start picking up some kills with Zip. Oh. For that to happen, Cleve will have to get into his way. I think he'll continue free farming as well. Scandal now moving into the jungle. He'll pounce forward, connects on to Roger. There's the Dark Pack. Will they be able to finish him off? The ultimate. There's the first blood. 7:45. Good call, Merlini. And will be a double kill for the Slark. It's looking like it. Courier flies in. He won't be able to grab that, but all of a sudden, Scandal with a burst of momentum here at the 8-minute mark.
Yeah, geez, just making so much stuff happen. Level 8 Slark. The thing about Slark, he can actually do a lot without items. And why he's generally not in operator role, but he can be. And he's just so darn good. And especially against an AA who really can't do anything versus him, and a Lion who really can't do anything versus him either. Scandal's going to have the time of his life unless they have some stuff to lock him down, such as a blink on Bat Rider or a blink on the Lion. Most of the time he'll just be able to see these debuffs coming ahead of time and disables. Ooh, tries to latch on the wall like in the middle.
Yep. A little bit off the mark, but there is a double damage rune in that bottle for Scandal, so things could get scary pretty quickly for Lolik if he's not careful. Scandal will have that pounce up. If this leashes, I think he's dead. It will leash. There's the Dark Pack. Double damage rune is initiated. Support coming in. Shackle, plenty of damage from Visage as well, but Lion, he'll be inbound as well. Not enough to keep the TA alive, nor the Lion. A 2-0. Scandal in trouble. They'll make it a 2-for-1 as Yamaha ports in. While that's happening, Star Spirit dives the tier 2 up top and grabs a solo kill. So across the map, a 3-for-1, and it's a 2-for-1 here in the mid lane.
PR with a very explosive start once Scandal got that double kill on bottom. Now he's been involved in 3 kills. Now TA, she's... I don't want to say she's at the point where she's irrelevant, but the way her starting game has gone, like, TA needs a good early game. She really does.
Very snowbally hero. And Storm, I mean, just look at the net worth. He's just about to break the 5K barrier, and Templar Assassin at about 2.7, effectively getting doubled by Storm right now in terms of farm. Even Slark now just about 1,000 gold up on her as Scandal continues to rack up the kills. Moon, maybe need to be a little careful. Bat Rider does have a lasso available, but that solo kill, great timing on the Bat Rider. Still doesn't have his blink, 1,900 gold right now. The perfect time to secure a kill.
Yeah, and Lion is still level 3. That's just food for Storm, food for Slark. And once he gets that Orchid, woof, Cleave's in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, and he's actually pretty close to it, but in the mid lane, Scandal and Lolik will go blow for blow. But Scandal won't be able to secure the kill. Sentry Ward does come down, mostly just to deal with the TA, but they also get an Observer in the mix. So that Value Ward coming down for Scandal here in the mid.
Lifestealer is a hero that we actually haven't talked about that much this game. He's gone for the race car build, the phase drums with the Oov on top, and he is the last hit leader, almost tied with Storm. 80 last hits for him, 79 for the Storm. In terms of net worth, though, looks like Storm's just a tiny bit ahead, courtesy of the Tower Gold.
Yeah, and also grabbing that solo kill just a few moments ago. Also, an Orb of Venom up on Lifestealer, not a bad choice this game. There will be a blank popping in the inventory of Bat Rider here, right around the 11-minute mark as the courier delivers it. So not the best timing, but certainly not too bad. Still on point to have a pretty big impact as we start to transition out of the laning phase. Scandal getting very aggressive, moving around the Radiant jungle. We'll just rotate back towards mid, and...
Do they have enough damage to kill Moon? I'm not sure. He has Strain Treads right now, and Lion's only level 3. Let's see. Oh, with the A ultimate.
Yeah, there's the lasso. AA ultimate connects. There is no finger, not even close. And they have the damage, just barely, but they do it. Meanwhile, in the mid, they dive onto Templar Assassin. All that in the works, but they do corner her. Ends up being an easy kill. Scandal doesn't even use the Shadow Dance. And now Cheshire Cat comes in, makes the trans, and they will try and transition this into Tier 1 tower kill.
Cheshire Cat's also been really quiet this game, but now he has his minus, may start to be more active, and slowly but surely Cleave's towers are getting worked. And Lion and AA are just not the greatest at dealing with early T1 pushes. I think AA is really good at dealing with like T3 and T2, but not T1.
Yeah, Lifestealer will bring his way to the mid lane, and this is actually a big rotation from Cleave. They will defend their tower, but as they like to say, at what cost? And
it's the second tower denied.
Yeah, they do deny 2 towers, but still, like a 5-man rotation is pretty significant. Scandal denies that bottom tier 1, and Storm will just go back to farming up top and in the jungle as well. He's pretty close to that Orchid, has both Oblivion staffs now in the inventory.
Yep, scary life. Now even Lifestealer's in a lot of trouble with this super early Orchid coming out. It's going to be like a 13-minute Orchid.
And not even just Orchid first, he already has his Power Tread, so even better. Yamaha going for the Armlet next, so a very standard, as you mentioned, race car build for Lifestealer. We'll probably be looking for a basher.
Race cars S and Y and triple Yules, okay?
Triple Yules.
Dude, the moose be sex.
Yeah, but still, what are you going to do with 3 Yules?
Be a race car, man. That's just the name of the build. You don't ask these questions. You just move fast.
Oh, Roger. He's wishing he had a race car right now. Scandal will hop on top, connects with the leash, and another easy solo kill. Meanwhile, Cheshire Cat moves into the Roche Pit. He does get scattered out by the AA ultimate. He does have the Frost bitten on him. But not a care in the world. He's just going to continue focusing on Roche. Medallion is
Invis TA, they don't actually have detection.
Oh, he'll pour it out just in the nick of time. And wasting more time from Team Cleave.
That was a nice heads-up play from AA, though. I wouldn't suspect that they were doing Roshan, but I would have done.
Yeah, right. Orchid now very close, just about 200 gold or so off the mark. Rasta has now hit level 6 and picked up Arcane Boots. I still haven't seen Mass Serpent Wards come down yet, but this is where towers will start to fall a little bit more easily in favor of PowerRangers. Let's take a glance at the gold graph. About a 3,000 gold lead, 4,000 experience lead for our Dire side. Still very in control of this game. They will just move straight into the Roche Pit once again. TA throws down a Psionic Trap. I'm sure they scattered it out, so they know the Radiant has vision. But they'll continue just to poke away at Roche here. Again, Medallion up on Visage does make this a little bit more tempting for the Dire.
Bat Rider needs to be there. He's like just fiddling around on top. He might actually get a kill on Moon here.
Yeah, he blinks forward. There's the lasso. Lifestealer inbound. This should be a kill on the Storm. Rasta wards come down. Storm will actually be able to zip away. Mad Bomber will be the sacrificial lamb. Does have the damage to finish off the Bat Rider with the last rotation of those Mass Serpent wards. Storm very low, but just barely escapes by the skin of
Not
his teeth.
worth it because they'll give up Roshan
Roshan's
in
death
the
comes back over the
process.
dire.
Even Bat Rider for Rasta, yeah, they get the Rasta wards down, but that's still a good exchange for Power Rangers. On top of the rope, so a twofold favorable exchange, and that boost of gold will secure the Shadow Amulet, and that is a Shadow Blade now up on Slark right around the 15-minute mark with an Aegis as well. Slark is going to be a force to be reckoned with.
What do you think about Slark's hood?
Slark's hood?
Yeah, his
Like-
cosmetic.
Like, why does he have a hood?
No, his
This
cosmetic.
won't
Do
be
you like the
pretty.
look of it?
This
They've reached
specific one?
Dire's
Yeah.
top tower.
Just a common hood, Deep Warden seized hood. It's okay. It looks kind of like a Shaco from Diablo 2, actually. With ear holes.
Dire's top
it looks
tower is under
clammy.
attack.
Yeah,
Why would
It
a
will be
sea
harder
creature
to
have a
take down
hood?
he
Dire's
looks like
structures now that
he
they
looks
are
like a
fortified.
football player from like the
They've made a
50s where they had the
beeline
little
for
rubber.
it.
Oh yeah,
Bottom
that's true.
tower.
Like I can understand why
This won't be
Tidehunter has a
pretty. They've reached
shot
Dire's
on
top
him
tower.
because he's on the sea.
He's from the sea. A shark got stuck there. What are you gonna do? Orchid up on Storm. He got blue with Yamaha. Lifestealer just obliterated. Lulek. He'll try and do something crafty with Meld, but that ain't happening. An easy double kill on the two very high-value targets of Cleave.
This is the thing. Like a farmed Lifestealer can't kill a Storm Spirit, but a farmed Storm Spirit can kill a Lifestealer. So I think that the Clevewood are just playing it a little bit too passively. They need to put pressure. They could have offensive pride technically, but they didn't put pressure. Like they just let him get his Orchid, whatever. They ganked him once with a lasso. But aside from that, like, what do they do versus Storm Spirit now? Lion's just gonna die. Bat Rider is generally in a good position to pick him off, but at the same time, Shadow Shaman was sitting behind him last time to save him.
Yeah, they just don't have a lot of tools to deal with it. I mean, Lion is an okay kind of, okay, we really need something, let's get some crowd control, but it's just not enough. There was a kill on Bat Rider down bottom. I was looking at this tower.
Shadow Blade Slark, man.
Wards might be enough. Nope, they will clean up the wards. Yeah, Bat Rider just... Can't take
Scandal
heat.
can just do whatever he wants. Like, he's under no threat at all. He's not scared at all of anybody on their team.
Yeah, I mean, why should he be?
Shouldn't be.
He also has a double damage rune in the bottle, especially with the Aegis. Nothing keeping this Slark in check, and now Cleaver in big trouble. The only one with a decent level of farm is this Lifestealer. He's also level 11, but is it enough is the question. They
Well,
will
the
do
thing
a
is,
smoke.
they need to use Infest Bombs, because he needs to get a jump on them before they Orchid. So if they can kill Storm with Infest Bomb, then that's huge. Then it looks like they're actually going for it. Here
Yeah,
they
there's
go.
a smoke here. Scandal, he double damage rune on, won't hop onto the TA. Maybe they'll find the Storm with the smoke. Best inside. I think Cleaver gonna get a lot unlucky here. This smoke is gonna be unsuccessful, it appears.
It's not just unlucky. It's a good play by Moon. Look at his positioning right now, sitting on top of Remnant. Like they had to use smoke to kill him at this point.
Yep. Smoke is all done.
Oh wait, Moon's about to
They've
come
made a
out.
beeline for Radiant's bottom
He's all right.
tower.
I'm still surprised Scandal didn't go for that solo TA kill. He had a double damage rune on and Shadow Blade.
Yeah, she can just meld.
Yeah, I guess he doesn't have any detection.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
TA going for the Yasha build. AA picking up a gems. Is that on the Bat Rider yet?
Oh, Bat Rider, they want Moon. Moon's suspicious though. He's going to take that defensive posturing.
Really nice game sense and awareness from Moon though. They know that Cleave's behind, and if they just let Slark
made a
farm up,
beeline for Radiant's
then
bottom
that's okay.
tower.
Because if they go for him, he has the Aegis to back him up. And without it, Storm is the main target because he's just getting out of control. He's literally been sitting up there for like a
Radiant's bottom
minute,
tower is under
and a half.
attack.
I mean, it was still a good use of his time with the surprise inside. That was two heroes that he kept completely occupied. Lifestealer's not farming right now. Bat Rider wasn't farming either, and he didn't die, which is most important. There will be a gank inbound as Scandal comes cruising in. We see the ping come out on Bat Rider. He's in big trouble. Scandal burns the ultimate. Down goes the Bat. Rage comes out from Lifestealer.
Lifestealer's Infest is already back up,
Yeah.
so that means he was sitting in there for at least 100 seconds.
There you go. Point in case. A lot of time wasted just by Moon taking a good position. Good work, Storm Spirit. Good work. Now, almost a 10,000 gold lead, certainly a 10,000 experience lead. Power Rangers just continuing their reign of dominance in this match. Like you mentioned, Yasha up on the Templar Assassin. But to what avail? Smoke coming out on the Shadow Shaman as well. So it appears that PR want to get aggressive now. They've been farming. There's a blink up on Shadow Shaman. No reason not to try and secure some more kills. Especially while they still have the Aegis up before it expires.
Need more kills.
It's only 12 to 3 at 19 minutes. It's still been a pretty passive game, all things considered.
Well, considering the heroes, I think yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Like StarLadder, EA, Lifestealer, and Batrider, those are all very aggressive heroes. Storm Spirit can be aggressive too. Looks like they're trying to do the Infest Bomb yet again. The Batrider taking this exact same path, but he just uses Blink! Where was his Remnant? If he had a Remnant there, he would have lived. Because he already uses Blink, he didn't blink on top of it.
He's just... That was chilling. That was weird. Like, Moon did so good that for that like whole minute and a half duration, like taking good posturing and like making sure Batrider doesn't catch him. And their Batrider doesn't even blink on him. He just walks up and he finishes him off. But meanwhile, on the bottom, the Lion will just get obliterated. J4 actually taking some tower shots, but it will get finished off. Compliment to those mass Serpent wards. Nature's Prophet grabbing the last hit. And to get a tower and a kill down bottom, so space created from the storm, even though still not ideal to Storm Spirit die.
Yeah, I'm just surprised he did that too. He played so patiently, and then he's just like, whatever, I don't care anymore.
He's just standing there, like, not even really in fog, just kind of like in the middle of the trees, just like, meh, I'm good. Like, it's just a total difference in mindset.
It was so funny. And he had a Remnant down the time before, but not that time.
Yeah. Maybe just got a little bit greedy.
Not vigilant.
Yeah, maybe he was looking at the shop. I don't know, but he does have a perseverance up. Yeah, checking out the trees, enjoying the view, taking a breather. Maybe the cat jumped on the keyboard. A lot of things that could have happened that we're not privy to. You never know. Cheshire Cat, though, level 3 Necronomicon out on...
What's your favorite excuse? If you're in a pub and you, like, feed unintentionally and you're like, well, maybe something happened. Like, my cat jumped out the window. My cat was on fire.
My cat was on
fire.
My
little brother was playing for me. Which one do you like the most? Or which one's the funniest one you've heard?
The funniest one that I've heard... I have to go walk my fish was a weird one. Never really understood what that was all about.
Here's the smoke.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't gotten too many good ones recently in my pub games. Usually people are just like, I messed up.
Oh, really?
Lay off. Yeah, people don't make funny excuses. Or at least I haven't seen any recently.
Oh, I've heard of some. I can't remember them off the top of my head, but I've heard some really funny ones. Scandal looks like he's a new target. Oh, he has a gem too. This is disastrous.
And I don't know if he'll survive. They don't have the burst to finish him off.
If they had A ultimate earlier, boom, dead.
Yeah, unfortunate. Cleave just not playing too tight. But yeah, back in the days of Heroes and Newer, they had that remake function, so it was more of like excuses for why you needed a remake. The one that I was always most successful with was, oh, I gotta go pick my dad up at the airport. People were usually empathetic about that one. It didn't make any sense.
Wouldn't you already know ahead of time?
Why would you queue up a game if you know you have to pick your dad up from the airport?
That's true. I guess it's something that most people can relate to.
Airplanes never come early. If anything, they come in late, right? When was the last time an airplane came in an hour early? You're like, oh shit, I messed up the schedule. Like,
yeah.
It still worked a lot though. That's what was kind of ironic about it. It was so stupid, yet people were just
most people can relate to it. Have you had to pick up your parents up from the airport?
Yeah, but like...
I haven't, but...
I mean, I have, but it's just it's a stupid...
It's a silly one. Well, what else? What other excuse would be good? I gotta poop?
I gotta poop. My brother just broke his arm. I don't know. Dog just ate the cat.
Well, the thing is, it can't be super serious, because if it was super serious, you would just straight up leave the game.
That's true. Well, sometimes you had to posture a little bit. Sometimes my dog just pooped on the floor was enough.
That one's pretty good, though. Not for a remake, though.
Yeah, not for a remake.
It's good for a pause. So it has to be serious enough that you have to pause, or that you have to remake, but not serious enough so that you would stick around and actually talk about it.
Yeah, you've got to find that happy medium balance here. There will be another Infest gang coming out from the Batrider looking for an opening. They'll ping out onto Scandal, but he's just a little bit too speedy. Moon in the bottom.
You can tweet at Andrew if you have good ones.
Tweet at Andrew, yeah. Tweet us your good excuses. I'd like to hear that, actually. Your either reasons why you made a bad play or reasons for a remake. I'm sure there are some other creative ones out there that we're forgetting about.
Yeah, tweet at StarLadder and at Millennium. I want to hear them.
Do it to it. Orchid used on the Batrider. Moon's just going to turn this gank around. Yamaha says, screw it, I'm going to pour it out. And he makes it, but barely. There's a gem down on the ground.
Ruh-roh.
And they'll pick it up. That was just disastrous. Underestimating that Storm Spirit for sure. Nice use of the Orchid, though.
He only has 853 HP. How does he not die?
Well, what happened there is Bat blinked forward, but then he got Orchided before he could use the lasso.
Dude, this Batrider, man, he...
Yeah. So Storm just pooped on him after that, I mean, pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
This Storm is really squishy, though. That's a good point. Should be a pretty easy kill. Up top, Cheshire Cat. He will port out.
Like, he'll almost side to a Hex Impale Finger at this point.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
The mid lane. Mass Serpent wards come down from J4. This tier 2 tower taking heavy pressure.
I'm afraid Radiant's middle tower is under
Admiral
siege.
Bulldog says, I gotta go walk my rat.
Radiant's middle tower is no more.
I like that one.
Oh, Bulldog.
Well,
It's a double whammy.
Templar Assassin's pretty big, but she's 0-3-1, almost no game impact. I mean, granted they only have 4 kills, but at the same time it's still just like, PR just slowly squeezing the life out of Cleve.
Yeah, I mean, the gold lead is just steadily going in Power Rangers' favor, now upwards of 15,000. They've had momentum throughout this entire mid-game, even through the early laning phase. And now they'll move into Roche. This is second Roche coming up. Cleve will not be able to contest. Even if they want to, they won't. They notice everyone's missing, and look at this defensive posturing. They're so afraid that PR could be smoked right outside of their base. They don't have vision down except for this little ward right
They're
here.
scared to death of Slark.
Yeah. So they will throw an aerial, but it'll be late to the party when spawn out and Roche is already fallen.
What's Lifesteal going for? Desolator? BKB? I have no idea.
A BKB would be strange here. Like, it's really rare you see a BKB on lifesteal.
I've seen it before.
It happens. Rare is not never. But in case you were curious, Merlini. But I have a feeling it'll be a Desolator. Could be a Maelstrom, you never know. But there's the surprise inside. Best Bomb poking forward. Again, Batrider, he'll just get hexed straight away. Storm zips in, and he'll try and this around. The Mad Bomber will still fall. Orchid not enough to finish off the Batrider. Meanwhile, on the other side, Cheshire Cat trying to micro around the trees as TA tries to chase him down. Visit will finish off the ancient apparition. Storm zipping in. Goodbye, Templar Assassin.
Overall, not bad.
2 for 2. Could have been a lot worse.
3 for 2. They got the Aegis.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That's not bad at all. All things considered. Well,
Yep, considering how far behind Cleve are.
they did manage to take out a really squishy hero at the start on Shadow Shaman. I think that Shadow Shaman actually needs a Ghost Scepter to prevent the damage from TA and
He still did
Lifesteal.
well, though. He got the hits off on Batrider before he got last.
Batrider just hasn't been able to get good jumps.
Been lackluster, to say the least. TA will buy back now as their tier 3 in bottom takes heavy pressure. Power Rangers will be forced back.
Now it's just still a matter of just choking them out. Maybe get a scythe up on Nature's Prophet and then playing aggressively, looking for a pick and do a transition to a push.
But Scotty out on Slark.
Yeah, there's just no pressure for PR. Like, occasionally there are Batrider kings, but they aren't well executed, so they're not terribly scared of them.
Yeah, and enough of them have been turned around, like the one that was down here where Moon just got the Orchid off before he got lassoed and turned it around and made it a 1-0 in favor of Power Rangers. If that happens enough times, then even if Batrider has gotten some good jumps, it kind of gets zeroed out by the feedy jumps. So,
Yeah.
it's one of those things where PR just have free roam of the map. And Gem is still up on Slark, so TA is no longer safe, not even close to it.
They have 2 gems. They had 2 gems. I don't know where the other one went.
Yeah, it's just a trophy back in the well.
Ah, plebeians with their red hoof.
And Visage also has his Ag Scepter, so...
Well, actually, the Cleve are the true plebeians. They're using a straight-up donkey.
Oh my god. It's really rare you see that courier. Like, every team has at least a courier now. So it's...
Somebody pulled these poor guys a real courier.
Somebody give these guys a naked Greedle. Still my favorite courier, I have to admit.
I remember one guy was playing with a special courier. Val gave it to me.
Radiant's decision to fortify their structures will prove wise, I should think.
Smash Serpent wards come down to the bottom tier 3. Zip forward onto the Batrider as the Orchid comes out and Bat gets obliterated. And now Scandal hopping forward. He does get CC'd, but he will connect with a pounce onto the Lion. And he is just going hard. The Scotty a bit too much for him. There's the GG. Their bottom lane of Rats is cleaned up while Scandal zones out the rest of the team. And Cleve will concede.
Pretty much just a straight out.
Yeah, 6-20.
I think Batrider was the weak point, though. He didn't have... I mean, I guess I've kind of been spoiled because I've seen a lot of good bats today and yesterday.
Yeah.
But he missed a lot of lassos. He wasn't able to get the jump a lot of the time. He also started off in the jungle when he could have at least tried to slow down Storm's Tread's Orchid. But all in all, well played.
Yep. Sorry, I'm having issues with my headset here. All right, there we go. So, yeah, you're right, though. Batrider was definitely their...
Do you still have the game overlay up?
I
Oh no.
No.
Okay.
What's your point?
I don't know. I'm seeing things.
You're seeing things. You need more sleep, man. But yeah, Batrider, he ended 1-7-3. I mean, only 6 kills for Cleve. It was sort of a disaster across the board, but I think Batrider was making the most obvious mistakes. Does that make sense? Is that fair?
Yes.
Yeah.
The supports were just not at the right place at the right time, but that's much harder to pinpoint.
Yeah, and Slark really did work well against TA in the mid lane. That was another problem.
Oh, they had Vistas there too,
Yeah.
so it wasn't even close.
Yeah, TA just never got any momentum. TA ended 1-5-1.
It's really easy to shut her down. I think that's why people don't like her anymore. She's not a good come from behind hero, and she's very easy to put in that situation. So
yeah, that's very true. So I believe we have one more game coming up today, guys. It's not on our schedule, but it is supposed to be MYM versus Sigma, I believe. It's supposed to be coming up next.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's
68-30.
not,
It's pretty
not on
close.
our schedule here, and I think it's either slated to start in 20 minutes or 5 minutes. I have to double check the schedule, so we will have another short break.
I think it's at 2.
Is it at 2? Oh, is it a half-hour break?
I think it's a half hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was...
It's 11:30, 12:45, and 2.
Good call. Good math. Good math. So we'll have about a 25, 30-minute break coming up, and then we will have one more game.
Can you do math? It's 35 minutes.
30. Oh, God. I didn't sleep enough.
You
last
aren't
night,
Asian.
man.
I can tell.
Damn, shots fired. That's a... Do I detect a hint of racism there, Merlini?
I just said you aren't Asian.
Yeah. That's a statement.
I'm playing up my own race. I'm not downplaying yours.
I guess that's...
You're racist.
Jesus.
You downplayed your own race.
Yeah. What race am I?
I know.
I know. You do.
I don't like the term American Indian.
American
I'm just
Indian.
gonna call you American Indian.
Native American. I don't mind American Indian. Okay. Whatever. It's one of those things. We got to deal with like the Redskins being a football team. That's way
Okay,
more racist.
we're going to break. 25
All right,
minutes.
Yeah, we'll be back, guys.
Sorry, 35 minutes. We'll be back. You plagued me with your poor
Jesus
math.
Christ.